Hello students, welcome back for the course of MBA Semester 3 Advertising Management. Today is our lecture 18 and we are going to start a discussion on setting advertising objectives and DAGMAR approach. So the primary objective of today's session is help to understand how to set the advertising objectives, particularly using the DAGMAR approach. That DAGMAR approach is another form of advertising model or marketing communication model that has been primarily used in the advertising field. So the contents of our today's session are setting the advertising objectives and how it will be a strategic decision, objectives that determine the kind of advertising. The next topic is DAGMAR approach, example of DAGMAR approach, particularly how to set the advertising objectives using DAGMAR approach that we are discussing here, and finally the advantage of DAGMAR approach. So far we are talking about advertising, okay, and wherever we try to formulate our strategy in such a way to convince the particular group of customers. So when we are talking about setting the advertising objectives, particularly by means of considering the targeted audience, so here we should have to plan first of all to think about our targeted audience, and simultaneously we need to focus our communication strategy in such a way to convince this particular targeted audience. So the important decision to set that communication objective or advertising objective, it is in the hand of the management of the organization, and as well as the expectation of the client, what exactly they are being looking for. So generally we came to know it is the expression of management concerns. So what the advertiser has been looking for and what the client has been looking for. So at initial level the decision would be completely in the hand of the management of the organization, what form of advertising objective that they want to satisfy. This will also helpful in budgeting, message and media aspects of the advertising strategy. As we were discussed earlier, there are plenty of communication mix strategies and we need to think about these communication mix and accordingly try to manage our advertising objectives by using the target audience. This will also provide the standards against which the results can be measured. So there will be some effective mechanism. We can set the advertising objective. There will be plenty of advertising objectives for any of the advertisement program. But how to measure the advertisement objectives? By means of using some sort of result. So some sort of result can be there so that we can set the standard, okay, and to achieve some specific objectives with respect to that particular advertising. So we came to know that communication and coordination devices are very essential, okay, in defining the strategy over here. Similarly, some criteria of decision making to assess that advertising objectives are to be required. And finally we need to evaluate that results, whether the advertisement objectives were achieved or not after declaring any kind of advertisement program. So as one end that we are managing the various activities at the of the organization, and at another end we are also managing our targeted audience. We try to know their likes, dislikes, their buying habits, their media preferences, okay, their product preferences, okay. So here lots of demographic related information with respect to target audience that we would likely to collect. from by means of conducting some sort of research inquiries. So there will be, we came to know there are several categories of advertising objectives that will guide the advertising strategy. Somebody that focus our advertising to increase the awareness. Some they will focusing on creating some sort of attention. Some of them are focusing on creating some sort of desire or likeliness. Okay, some of them are focusing on increasing the image and goodwill of the company. But here also there should be a clear cut focus with respect to our target audience. Okay, who are our target audience, what are their buying habits, what are their buying preferences, from whom that they will purchase the particular product. Okay, when what are their shopping behavior, when does they prefer to buy the particular products, how often they prefer to buy the particular products. So lots of things regarding that particular group of customers that is need to be segmented using our segmentation strategies, and try to focus on narrow marketing and as well as niche marketing over here. And finally we are in a position to define our advertisement objectives. How does our setting the advertising objectives will be a very strategic decisions. Whatever form of advertisement that we are experiencing either on television and other media, okay, print media or broadcast media, all these advertisements are satisfying some sort of objectives. By means of that we try to achieve some long term goals, particularly those are strategic in nature. So advertising objectives must be specific enough to achieve some individual strategic goals. These are the long term goals specifically that can be achieved in a longer run. And the advertisement program are being formulated in such a way, okay, that should be focused not only on the customer needs and wants, but they are also focusing on some other part of the stakeholders. Okay, they need to increase the company image and goodwill in a longer run. This will help to the company to retain the customers, particularly during the period of financial crunches or some sort of recessionary period. So these are the special kind of goals, okay, that they are going to achieve. Generally we call them as a strategic goals. So this will help to maintain the relationship with the clients, specifically the stakeholders or customers also. To get an immediate action, by means of advertising we can induce the buyer's behavior, or to induce that particular group of customers to take some sort of actions to buy that particular product. This will support the sales force. We will already discuss the concept with respect to the salesmanship in print. So this will guide the salesmen and as well as the other sales force subsequently, and helping them a lot by means of providing the informations through the sales force to the customers. Whatever form of ongoing contacts are being supposed to be there, okay, by means of advertising we try to communicate directly or indirectly. We can also increase the number of outlets, okay, number of retail outlets can be increased. So by means of that we came to know that our retail channel can be flourished. Even that advertisement will be helpful in introducing the new products, particularly the whenever the product is innovative. And to gain the advantage with this with respect to the advertisements, okay, advertisements has been guide to the number of people over here, okay, by means of introducing new product into the market. This will also help to the organization to position their brands, okay. So the long term relationship with the brand, okay, and how does the brand has been associated with the particular targeted group of customers, okay, or that targeted audience, that can be communicated well using the effective advertisement strategy. So these goals are the strategic goals. Specifically, the companies are being focusing and try to achieve only with the help of that setting the advertising objectives. Now, how does the advertisement objectives that determine the kind of advertising? We were already discussed that various types of advertising in the classification of advertising. There will be institutional advertising, product advertising, okay, competitive advertising, direct advertising, indirect advertising, consumer advertising, comparative advertising. Here there is a term that is called as pioneer advertising that has been primarily used in product launching, okay, and regular focused advertising, okay, so as to remind the product uses again and again by means of reminder advertising. So how does that advertisement has been planned? How does that advertisement has been formulated? Once again, that we should have to focus on the advertisement objectives. Once our advertising objectives are cleared, okay, then it will be easier to finalize the kind of advertisement that any company wants to formulate. So here our focus should be on, okay, either on awareness to create some sort of interest, evaluation and trial, okay, decision, and finally confirmation. It is a simple buying process, okay, wherever customers came to know about the product by means of creating some awareness among them. Then we need to generate some sort of interest by providing some sort of knowledgeable informations with respect to that particular product. Okay, here the customers came to know about that particular product and they try to evaluate that particular product on the basis of trial purchases, and there will be a decision, buying decision will be there, okay, they will purchase that particular product, and finally confirmation of buying, okay, so that the consumer will take an action. So our advertisement objective is to create an awareness wherever. How does it? Well, it should be conducted by means of using different advertisements. So there will be teaser campaigns would be there either on television or some sort of clutters that goes on the television, on or some activations on radios, okay, and other news channels. Some pioneer ads, particularly when the product has been new, okay, or innovative, particularly during the product launching, including some jingles and slogans that can be also used over here, okay, that will give some sort of nostalgic effect to the individual customer. Sometimes we are using internet banners and some sort of announcement into the different media. Then how to generate some sort of interest? By means of giving the information or very informative copy with respect to the advertisement, okay, generally called as the descriptive advertisement copy. Simultaneously we are using some sort of product images and their uses, okay, with respect to graphics and other testimonials. Even we try to promote the product using celebrity advertisements. Sometimes there will be flash advertisements, okay, and by giving the product related information using the demonstration of the benefits. Then there will be an evaluation and product trials by means of the consumer end, okay, for which we should have to use some different sort of advertisements, okay, competitive advertisement, or there will be a very persuasive form of advertisement, okay, persuasive advertising copy would be there. Sometimes we are giving some product comparison, okay, sometimes we are using some different testimonials, okay, by using some sort of certifications and scientific experiment related results over here. Then there will be a decision making, okay, by means of the consumer, whether the consumer will purchase that particular product, so they will go to the retail outlet or nearby shop and try to purchase and ask about that particular product. So there will be a direct action, okay, retail ads would be there, so that retail ads can be prepared, okay, by means of using also cooperative advertising. There will be different point of purchase ads would be there. Whenever customer approach to the retail outlet, we will find out a point of purchases nearby that retail store, okay, and there will be some sort of price discounts or price deals offers has been there, okay, so that can be also made available to them. confirmation. If you want to ensure your sales processes, okay, that should be complete. So that requires some effective advertisement strategy using reminder advertising, okay, or as well as some informative advertising. So that will define our what form of advertising that we are being looking for. So there will be different advertisements are being there that we will discuss earlier in the beginning in unit number 1. So once our objectives are being clear, our advertising objectives are being clear, we can define an appropriate ad, okay, by means of using the appropriate type of advertisements. The next topic is called as a DAGMAR approach. Okay, the term DAGMAR has been defined as defining advertising goals for measured advertising result. Okay, in this way, defining the advertising goals for measuring the advertising result. Now once we came to know our advertisement objective, how to define the advertisement objective so that we can fulfill our communication objective. So here we are either focusing on our advertising objective or communication objective. Whatever our advertising objectives that we were set, okay, that can be measured with the help of using this DAGMAR approach. Okay, so DAGMAR approach is a task of measuring the advertising effectiveness. Is our advertisement program has been effective or not? That can be measured using our DAGMAR approach. So this model was suggested by Russell H. Coley in 1961 and it is acronymed as DAGMAR, DAGMAR. Okay, and that will be, okay, specified as defining advertising goals for measured advertising result. Okay, now we will already discuss that in advertisement objective. Okay, how does that will define our type of advertising or classification of advertising, which particular type of advertising that will be helpful in meeting the advertising objective. Means what? There is a clear cut link between the advertising goal and advertising result. What advertising goals means advertising objectives has been there and what results that it will offer. Okay, whether our advertisement goals are being fulfilled, whether our advertisement objectives are being fulfilled or not, that can be measured using identifying the advertising result. The meaning of that DAGMAR approach, okay, has been specified below over here. A specific communication task can be accomplished among a defined target audience to be given degree in a given period of time. Means our advertising goal, okay, has to be fulfilled within a specified period of time to fulfill the needs and wants of that targeted audience. Okay, so what is our communication objective or advertisement objective? That is nothing but our specific communication task. That specific communication task needs to be fulfilled, okay, among the targeted audience to a given degree in a given period of time. So all these advertising goals and advertising objectives are time bound activities to fulfill the needs and wants of the targeted audience. Once our advertisement program has been conducted to fulfill this phenomena, then and then only we can apply that DAGMAR approach very effectively and plan our advertisement program, okay, so that we can fulfill the needs and wants of the customers. So Coley nearly he has listed 52 advertising goals. He has defined, okay, 52 advertising goals or 52 advertising objectives, and that can have a relationship between the advertising goals and advertising result. So all these 52 advertising goals can be measured by conducting some sort of research inquiries very effectively with respect to that advertisement program. These goals must be pertain to sales, image, attitude and awareness. Some of the goals are being listed over here. So whatever forms of goals has been there, okay, that goals can be related with the sales. If you are looking for to increase the sales, okay, suppose say 10% as compared to the last year. If you want to enhance the image and goodwill of the company as compared to last year, okay, there will be what sort of perception towards that particular company, what will be the consumer attitude towards some particular product, or what sort of percentage of people they aware about that particular product, that need to be assessed using defining that advertising goals. So some of the goals we are just look over here. Say for example, you are making some sort of persuasive communication to persuade a prospect to visit to a showroom and ask for demonstration. If the company has been looking for to convince the customer, okay, so that they will visit to that particular showroom and ask for product demonstration, whether it is a goal, okay, advertising goal, how to fulfill that advertising goal, the strategy need to be defined using that advertising. If the company wants to build up the morale of the company's sales force, now company's sales force are one of the very effective medium by means of which, okay, one can transmit the relevant information to the targeted group of customer by means of using personal selling as well as product demonstrations. So here we need to induce the morale of the sales force over here, okay, and advertisement will be also helpful by means of using the salesmanship in print concept. How does it facilitate the sales for correcting the false impression and misinformation and other obstacles? We are already familiar with some of the products, say for example, okay, Nestle Maggies and as well as Cadbury's. Okay, some years ago we found some sort of pesticides, okay, or some sort of chemicals over there. So it is quite necessary to remove the false impression among the public and remove that misinformation and remove the obstacles with respect to that particular form of communication. Also announcing the special reasons for buying some particular products with respect to using price discount, premiums and so on. Making the brand identity known and easily recognizable by the targeted group of customer. Here we need to create a brand loyalty among the customer so that the brand can be recognized as well as possible very effectively. Provide information and implant the attitude regarding the benefits and superior feature of the brand. So what does that brand exactly possess, okay? So it is quite necessary to develop some sort of attitude, okay, to look to that particular brand and by means of identifying the brand benefit, okay, and how does the brand has been superior as compared to the other competitors brand. So we need to highlight these goals very effectively using our DAGMAR approach, and that can be measured finally, okay, to achieve the advertising results. Now when we are talking about the DAGMAR approach, okay, the model has total 4 stages, okay. In some books there are 5 stages are being there. So there will be the first stage is what to create an awareness. The second one is what comprehension. Okay, here we need to provide the detailed information so as to create an image and goodwill among the customers. Here we need to concentrate convictions. Okay, here we need to concentrating on the mental disposition of the customer. Okay, how does that emotionally they are going to involve in the process of communication, and finally it leads to action. So awareness, comprehension, convictions and action, okay, these are the stages which can be also that we will discuss earlier in the hierarchy of effects model. So again the DAGMAR approach to fulfill the communication objective, okay, that is also based on our hierarchy of effects model, and it has nearly 4 stages. Now when we are talking about these 4 stages, okay, in the first stage, okay, here we need to make the product awareness with respect to that particular brand or product. So our advertisers objective or communication objective will be, okay, making people aware about the product. A very simple form of communication strategy we need to develop, okay, so that the customer can be aware over here. Now in case of second stage, comprehension stage, okay, customer will get more information about the product and understand the benefit of the product. Means our strategy for defining the advertising goals should be in such a way, okay, that the advertisement program must be informative enough, okay, that will provide some sufficient form of knowledge base, okay, so that the customer will get the benefit, okay, they can understand the benefits of that particular product. And the advertisement objective would be here providing information about the product, a very, again, a very simple objective to make our advertisement program more and more effective using this DAGMAR approach. Finally, we need to concentrate on the conviction stage. Here the customers that they try to evaluate the product, okay, on the basis of whatever the product offers are being there, okay, or what are the benefits that the customer will receive. So and how does that they will think about that particular product. So we need to create a favorable mental disposition to buy the product, okay. So say for example data, okay, in case of comprehension, okay, that will clear the 100% germ free or 99% germ free, okay, okay. In this way that we should have to communicate, whereas in case of conviction, to create some sort of convictions, okay, here okay, data ka dhula to maa bhi mane, like that, okay. So here we are concentrating on the mental disposition of the customers, okay, and how does that people they are going to think about that particular product, okay, and how does the other people will believe that particular product. And finally it leads to the action. This stage involves the actual purchase processes that can be shown in the advertisement, okay, whenever customers ask that particular product to the retail outlets. So here we need to motivate the customer, okay, and they will ask that particular product to the retailers, okay. So in this way that advertisement has been planned, okay, by means of using that DAGMAR approach. Let us take the example of that DAGMAR approach, okay, and how to set the advertising objective using that DAGMAR approach. If the company is selling some sort of detergent powder, say for example brand X, here we are not taking any sort of brand over here, okay, and they want to set their advertising objectives, okay, they want to convince the that detergent powder, okay, brand X, to the particular group of customers. So the company has been focusing, okay, suppose they are focusing to create an awareness among the 50,000 women in Amravati, okay, and these 50,000 women, okay, those are working women specifically. How does that can be converted into the effective customers, okay, those who can buy that particular product. So who are the working women and has an ability to identify the brand X as one of the best detergent powder. So here we are specifying that advertising objective in this way to increase the awareness among the 50,000 women in Amravati who are working women and has an ability to identify brand X as one of the best detergent powder, and those can be persuaded them, okay, that will help them to wash clothes in washing machines and saves their time from present 5% to 25% in 6 months. So all communication objectives or advertising objectives are very much time bound to achieve the desired result. So let us we are bifurcating, okay, with respect to the our what exactly our advertising objective using DAGMAR approach. So the target audience will be over here 50,000 working women, okay, in Amravati, those who wash clothes in the washing machine, okay. That communication objective would be an ability to identify the brand X as one of the best detergent powder, and those who can be persuaded them to wash clothes very effectively using the washing machines. Say for example Gadi detergent powder, the brand ambassador has been communicating, okay, Amitabh Bachchan has been communicating over here very effectively, okay, that will saves the time also. The desired change with respect to that product advertising as well as setting the communication objective, the present market share, okay, or present awareness level would be suppose say 5%, okay, that is need to be increased to 25% within the time frame of 6 months. So in this way we are setting the our communication objective or advertising objective by means of using our DAGMAR approach. Now, when we are talking about this DAGMAR approach, okay, there are various forms of information has been available, okay, and many of the advertisers as well as many advertising agencies, those who are making the effective use of this DAGMAR approach, not only for setting the advertising goals and measuring the advertising results. The advertising goals should be consistent with the communication task. Now, what exactly that you want to communicate to the targeted audience, that need to be specified in your advertising goal. It must be consistent with your communication task and what exactly you are being looking for. The latter performance on these counts and projected goals is compared. So you need to assess your present performance, means present awareness level, as well as the whenever you will relate that particular advertisement, what will be the awareness level. Okay, in the last example we will set 25% of awareness level. For example, the company is setting the goal of 15% increase in sales advertise and achieve this objective. Okay, its ad then is successful and effective. If the company wants to if the company is looking for to increase the sales, okay, say for example to 15% as compared to the earlier year, so they are going to set some sort of standard over there. Okay, last year there will be suppose say 5% or 10% sales has been was happened over there, okay, and now they are looking for 15% sales over this year. So means that, okay, they are going to set their advertising objective in such a way so that they are looking for sales over here. It presupposes the understanding of the dynamics of the consumer behavior, okay, without these goals cannot be set. Here we need to focus on consumer dynamics specifically. What are the consumer buying behavior? The dynamics of consumer buying behavior need to be understand very well, okay, by means of understanding the targeted audience, okay, using the effective segmentation strategy. Besides, a thorough acquaintance of market environment is very necessary. Here, once we are going to finalize our advertising goals, okay, marketing environment, okay, there are different parameters, external environment as well as internal environment parameters need to be clear and try to assess your marketing strategies, okay, with respect to the existing marketing environment. DAGMAR is nothing but a planning and control tool. Remember over here, okay, it is a planning and control tool that will give the direction to formulate your advertisement program. That will also guide the creation of advertisement program. Okay, this will only guide the how effectively one can make our advertisement program as effective as possible to achieve the advertisement goals. However, the basic inputs of DAGMAR are not so easily to formulate and may also inhibit creativity. Now, sometimes we were already listed about some sort of advertisement goals. So, Kohli has listed nearly 52 advertisement goals, and it is not very much possible for many of the advertisement to list out all the advertisement goals. Okay, whatever that advertisement has to be fulfilled. Okay, and how to achieve the desired result with respect to that particular advertisement, okay, that is not very much possible. Okay, but nowadays with respect to the use of technology and other mass media, specifically computer technologies has been there and internet, okay, that can be made possible to to create an effective advertisement program using DAGMAR approach also. Target, here we are talking about the advantages of DAGMAR approach. Now, once we came to know about the DAGMAR approach, okay, that DAGMAR approach has been a very useful form of model in the advertising, and simultaneously, okay, that will be also helpful in defining the advertising objectives or advertising goals, and we can measure that advertising goals whether it has been fulfilled or not. So there should be some essential criteria with respect to that DAGMAR approach. Okay, we try to know about the target audience. Okay, a well defined target audience is very necessary. Okay, and that will help to the advertiser as well as the marketeer to identify the likelihood of purchasing of the product, or what will be their targeted group of customers. One try to assess these customers by means of using consumer demographic, geographic and psychological segmentations or behavioral form of segmentations. So by means of that we try to learn more and more about target audience and define our advertising goals very effectively. Also, by means of DAGMAR approach, this will be helpful in defining precise and clear form of communication, okay, that will define our advertising objectives. So there will be a clear statement with respect to our advertisement objectives, okay, what exactly we want to communicate to the targeted audience. Here we need to communicate the product details and as well as benefits with respect to that particular product to the users. Whatever advertising objectives that one can set, that can be measurable. So that by means of DAGMAR approach we can measure the advertising results, and also this will help to the company to achieve their corporate goals and other related objectives. This will also help to define the advertising standards. Specified time frame, okay, all these advertising objectives, they are being time bound, okay, we can achieve that objective within the time frame only, okay. Similarly, whatever objectives that can be set, okay, it should be launched, okay, it should be communicated, and it should be advertised within time frame only. So one can whenever it is a time bound activity, okay, its evaluation can be somewhat easier by means of using effective technology, okay, and this will help our advertisement program more and more effective, and its evaluation of results also. Simultaneously, DAGMAR approach will provide, okay, a very good form of information with respect to return goals. Now whenever our advertising goals are written, okay, then they can be measured very well, okay. One cannot have a here oral goals over here there, or just a matter of discussion in the meetings over there, okay. It should be a very pre-planned type of strategy to set our advertising standard. So here whatever form of advertising objectives and communication objective, it must be a written document, okay. Basic differences and defects are being exposed over here, okay. Once it is a written document, okay, whatever form of communication mistakes, okay, that is happening in our advertisement program, that is need to be identified and exposed to that particular managers, advertisement managers, brand managers, okay, those who can look out that particular advertisement very effectively and judge, okay, whether we can fulfill our advertising objective or not. Ultimately, it is easy to determine whether the goals contain some important aspects of DAGMAR approach or not. So once we came to know about our advertisement program and how effectively it has been defined using this DAGMAR approach, then and then only we are in a position to define our advertising strategy and other masses strategy to convince the targeted group of customers. So that's all about our today's session. Thank you very much.